language of rhythm, the language of tone. Every language has its own musicality. We cannot speak at the same pace. Sometimes our pitch is a higher level when we are excited. Sometimes it is down to earth. Sometimes when we are feeling sad, because when we are expressing diverse kind of feelings, our emotions, our tone, our expressions, whole things would be changed. Now, how to incorporate it? These are called communication skills, because communication skills are even more important. Where language is insufficient to produce or to just decorate you, to just embellish you, there comes the communication skills. Because communication skills are not only the verbal signs, these are the non-verbal cues. So how you can improve your communication skills, enhance your spoken skills, and boost up your confidence level. At the same time, how can you rectify all your grammatical errors? And the most important thing is how to utilize social media apps. As I have earlier claimed that I am not going to suggest you any orthodox, any traditional method, and you will be thrilled. You will be on the adventurous journey to explore some mazes, some puzzles in spoken English. Yes, I am saying right, because listen dear audience, because how to think is the first step before you speak. Because if you cannot think in English directly, there will be the gap between the production of your words and between your thinking process. So you have to be at the same page between thinking process and your spoken skills. Now, how to train your thinking skills, how to speak at the same level, how to find the new ideas, how to create them in English language without resorting to your native language. These are the most important things. And how to be in the conversation. How to be in the conversation. How can you make your conversation engaging? And from introduction, what should be in your introduction? When you are meeting the person for the very first time, what should be your greeting? What should be the sentences you have to utter? How you can initiate your conversation, how you can just boost up your confidence and boost up your conversational skills, and how you can end your conversation. These are the most important thing, because when you have conversation with someone, when you are talking to someone, it is not meant for a day, it is not meant for a time. Your conversation should be like that. The other person should eager that I should talk to you again and again. Now, as I have earlier said, watching movies, TVs, dramas, cartoon series, animated stories, each and everything is certainly important. You have done your level best. You have accumulated a huge storage of grammatical rules, words, vocabulary. It's the time to utilize. It's the time to put you in the experimental zone, out of your comfort zone. You have to break the bubble of your comfort zone. Yes, my dear audience, if you are just utilizing social media by watching the movies, by watching the TVs, by listening the songs and the podcast and motivational speeches in English, and you are not taking a step ahead, my dear audience, 2025 will be finished and you will not get anything. You will not get anything, because you are revising the same year of 2024. 2025 demands something extra, and that is I am going to suggest you. So if you are a newcomer here, like, share and subscribe the channel and hit that bell icon, because it motivates me to make much more informative videos for you guys. So without any further ado, we start this video. So I am going to share with you. The benefits are numerous. Etiquettes are there. There will be a no, you can say, privacy issue. No one will disrupt your privacy, because in this social media era, you can say Now you might have known different kinds of apps, different kinds of chat GPT apps, or different kinds of speaking apps, speaking partners, but you cannot rely on them because chat GPT is a machine and partners you cannot trust. But there are some faithful groups I am going to suggest you. Why I am going to suggest you? Remember, benefits are numerous. Why these are numerous? Because there will be on the screen, there are 3 or 4 groups. First, English with teacher chief group, English with by the ladies who are reluctant to have conversation directly with the men, they can join this lady group, and English by Mansi group, and English by Shyam or Shyam group. These are 4 groups which I have recently joined on Skype. Why these are important? You can check the level of language they are using. It is full of respect. It is full of honor. Believe me, later I will give you the examples how you can utilize this and what area you will have to improve each and everything step by step. Now, these are the groups. You can join and you can check the level of the language, what kind of language they are utilizing. They are not directly calling you. They will seek the permission first. Can I call you? Is anyone free in the group? He or she can call me. So they are having conversation, they are having a one-to-one conversation with one another. So there is no trust issue and there is no other, you can say that your privacy will be disrupted and some kind of other issues. The most important thing is that they are utilizing your videos if you permit for their YouTube channels. And there are some English trainers who have joined these groups like Teacher Chief. And in your present career, you cannot approach to professionals. You cannot talk to the professionals, the educationalists. In this way, by joining these kind of groups, what you come across people with diverse backgrounds, with different kinds of accents. And your problem of thinking at the spot will be resolved because the speaker, there will be a conversation, a spontaneous, a natural conversation, and you have to ask the question, he will answer, then he will ask the question, you have to answer on the spot. And in this way, by indulging in these kind of conversations, one-on-one conversation, you will get to know the environment of speaking, the environment of conversation. Your communication skills will be enhanced. First you feel reluctant, first you will feel shy, how to frame the sentences. Now from introduction to the middle part, from the end to the ending part, what kind of words you are going to utilize, and you will learn a lot more things from these groups. I have learned so many things from these groups. So in this way you have to utilize the social media. Take a step ahead because you have utilized all these methods. Your weakest area is your spoken skills. You have been working on your reading skills. You have been working on your writing, on your listening skills. But the missing part is your spoken skills. Now you have to utilize it. All the biggest channels, all the greatest English trainers whom you adore a lot, they have been indulged and they are still indulging in such kind of conversations. These are the blessed, you can say these are the blessed platforms you can utilize, and ultimately you have to utilize now, and they are giving you the feedback and you will be relaxed that there are some other learners, they are facing the same problems, how they are coping, and if someone has got fluency, how he has got fluency, what kind of circumstances he has faced. You can relate the story of your own with those persons. So this is the idea. Hope you have understood the idea, like the idea, and this is the time to implement this idea, because before or without implementing you cannot reap the fruitful results. So with this positive note I certainly end this video, and मिलते हैं नई वीडियो।